This video is about the reasons why your customer doesn't buy a car. When I first started selling cars, the first thing I asked myself was, why does the customer not buy a car? I had been studying sales for a while. I'm getting serious about cars, and the sales process taught me how people buy. What about why they don't buy? You know, most of the time, if you miss a deal, you can't ask the customer why, and you know when they say no is most likely isn't the reason they are saying. Okay, so knowing that, let's stop clawing in the dark for why we miss 3 or 4 deals every month. Here's why. So I originally found on the web the 4 main objections. I'm going to make another video on objections, but specifically for now, the main 4: no money, no need, no urgency, no trust. And the 5th I've added is not the right car. Now, the first thing I want you to remember is everything on that list can change at any time. Your customer is never lost. I've spent months closing a customer over trust alone. I'm going to make a video about the long-term close as well. Most likely your customer doesn't buy because of one or more of those reasons. And this is where I learned to be proactive. Building trust is a skill that you can learn, and there will be a link to a video that I'm going to make on trust specifically in the notes. You can always build an urgency for the customer that has no need for a car. They'll either leave quickly or they'll impulse buy. So make sure you don't lose those deals. Read it either way. Make sure you get the phone number of that person. They might not need it until you have it. I had a customer come by once with their F-150. They're just looking to sell it. They're like, hey, do you buy trucks? We're like, yeah. He's like, well, if you get a guard green metallic one in Mustang in, let me know. 2 hours after he left the lot, somebody traded in a guard green metallic. Well, guess what? I sent him a picture of the car, said, hey, you need to get on this fast. It's new, low miles. It's going to sell quickly. He bought that car, I think, later that day. So I got 2 deals out of that because of we bought his truck, and then later he bought that car. So you never know. If we didn't have the right car for the customer or the right situation for the credit buyer, I made sure they trusted me so that I had a good chance of selling them in the future. If you don't have the right car, you will, over time, at some point, have more customers on deck that will buy from you when you do. So I have a list of customers. I have all the cars that they want. I sold a truck to a guy, I think, 1.5 years after. He was like, hey, if you have this truck with this year and this miles, that finally came across the lot and sold. The other side of the misdeal coin, besides the objections, are the 2 types of buyer behavior. One is knee-jerk resistance, and the other is anticipated regret. In the car business, the knee-jerk resistance is even stronger because of the reputation that car salesmen have still, unfortunately, with trust issues. So we know that going into it. The phrase, just looking, seems to be programmed directly from the brain and the mouth. Customers can be very cautious and need to be socially aware to notice. I don't want to awake that resistance in the first place if I can help it. So I know that once somebody starts going down the path, they're going to keep going down that path. So if they already like me and trust me up front, then I don't have to worry about it. But if they start not trusting me or start not liking the car or whatever, they're going to keep not liking these things. It happens. Many people are frugal in one form or another. It's not easy for them to spend tens of thousands of dollars, and you don't want them to regret that, and they don't want to either. So make sure you are a person that people trust, and make sure that you work at a store that you can trust. It really helps. I'm going to make another video on this topic, but for now, I want you to see all of these concepts play out in selling situations. Listening on your team when they're in a deal, I would read these every Monday, so I was always ready to be proactive. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. But yeah, very important. Thank you.